arrogant bunch of sluts. Gotcha! The ancestors are watching, my brothers. Show them mortal courage. Riders, forward! Quickly now!
Hello gentlemen, Sol Invictus here. For today's battle, we're gonna have a tournament replay, which is gonna be a best of three. We've got Aceror using Mighty Tylus against Bobby using Boyai. The main advantage of Boyai is gonna be those heavy horses. They do have very cost-effective mid tier in general, so heavy horses as well as swords follower. There's gonna be some old swords. The advantage of Tylus is going to be the fact that it spends a bit less money on its cavalry and therefore should be able to bring better infantry. And we'll see just that. Let's go over Tylus build. The meat shield of Tylus is going to be very efficient. We got 2 levy freemen, very basic, but those spear warriors there can be absolutely cost effective. We'll see Tylus getting in range just now with their 4 Celtic slingers. Keep an eye. Oh, okay, so Boyai is getting the first volley. That's going to be good for Boyai. Volley being wasted on Levy Freed. There's going to be tribal warriors, 4 of them, 2 Oathsworn, 1 Celtic warrior, 1 noble horse. For Bobby, we see Mitchell wise he only has 3 Levy Freemen, which is pretty brutal considering against what he's going up against. The good thing, if the fight is won by those spear warriors, that then the spear warrior can then proceed to blunt the swords follower or the old swords of the Boyai. Then there's going to be 4 swords follower and 3 old swords, so slightly more sword power for Boyai, but overall better melee infantry for Tylus. Sorry, better infantry in general for Tylus, spears included. The cavalry is going to go to Boyai, obviously. Although one shouldn't underestimate the power of the Thracians and so on. Beautiful play there by Aceror, a quick charge into those Celtic slingers. And as you can see, even with just that quick charge, beautiful micro there. Even just with that quick charge, it's going to be 6 men loss. He's harassing on the back there, 0 kill on that one, 0 kill on that one. And it seems like, okay, the fight's going to happen on the left side, I believe. We're gonna see the heavy horses charging into the spear warriors. Kind of a precursor volley, but not a good one. That heavy horse is very healthy after that charge. Only took 4 men. Lost. That sword follower is gonna try to catch with the spear warrior. Beautiful job at firing at the retreating cav. Oh, but it's getting flank shot by Levy Freeman and then charged by Trouble Warrior. So my guess is that sword follower is not gonna have a good time. Beautiful job by Tylus there, focusing on the cavalry. This is so clutch, especially when you're using Boyai, to just, whenever you get the chance, fire at that cavalry. So that cavalry started very well, it felt like, hurting a relatively expensive unit and then sending in his melee infantry. But he got greedy, I think, on the second charge. That was not necessary, in my humble opinion. And then again, it's just me commenting from a third-person point of view, so... You know, I'm not in the fire of the action, but I'm still gonna be honest about what I think. So those heavy horses getting fired at by the Celtic slingers, this is what makes great players, I believe, in competitive, your ability to melt the enemy cavalry. Whenever you get a chance, fire at them, especially if you rely on Celtic slingers build. Once again, we're gonna see that heavy horse going into the Levy Freeman, but the truth is the Levy Freeman did not, sorry, the Oathsworn there did not need that cav support, and he's just gonna take so much loss from that. That heavy horse is getting into spear warriors. Oh wow, it's gonna absolutely melt there. If there's a focus fire on that unit, and indeed there is, it's gonna absolutely melt. That didn't achieve much. Although if the Oathsworn gets a nice charge of the tribal, that's good, but this is because of a miss micro, not because of the blunted charge. Okay, Oathsworn is getting absolutely shredded by that Oathsworn. Beautiful job by Bobby there, putting his Levy Freeman to get flank shots. Again, we see a focus fire on that cavalry, and okay, I'm not sure what he's gonna do there. So we'll see the cavalry starting to go for the slingers. Not a bad move, but you gotta be careful in this stage of the game. When you go for the slingers of the enemy, you gotta be absolutely careful. Beautiful jab volley there with the Otsong. Uh, okay, let's pause for a second. Just want to go over something. So let's see what he has there. Because really what he needs to be doing now is rear charging. Like that tribal warrior needs a rear charge, and it's gonna break and effectively free up two of his one very healthy sword follower and another pretty damaged one. This cav, which has 35 men left, is going against those slingers, which led it to getting shot at by Levy Freeman and Spear Warrior. So you gotta be careful when you go for slingers, man. You can't get too greedy. That's never the right thing to do, I think. And once again, I'm not playing, I'm just commenting, but Bobby did win against me in that tournament, although I learned from my mistake and looking forward to get a rematch against him. Beautiful job by Asteroid, just focusing cavalry. The cavalry is being very well used by Tylus, I find. He has two of them relatively healthy in the back, very healthy in the back, which are going to be going for slingers. I believe we're going to see a rear charge there from the raiding horseman to the Levy Freeman, which is going to free those units. Beautiful, and he can then go for his own rear charge. By the way, if you guys know how to set it up so that I have my cursors there when I watch replay, that'd be greatly appreciated. Tribal warrior dying. Heavy horse is getting close to the Celtic slinger, but beautiful job keeping his noble horse for late game. I'm not quite sure where this is going just yet, although once that Oddsorn dies, it's gonna really create an overflow there, which will be terrible for the Boyai. We are seeing focused fire onto those Celtic warriors. Yeah, and they get a very nice shot on them, but I do feel like the Oddsorn are eating quite a lot of these rocks to the back of the head. So a little bit of friendly fire there from Bobby. Yeah, absolutely they are. And the Oddsorn general there is being focused at. With all due respect to Rome 2, the physics of the projectiles are very nice in this game. I don't know if we can catch it on the record, but whenever a stone hits a unit, it's gonna bounce back. And if you fire stones into a hill, they actually roll back down. So very interesting missile physics in this game. Yeah, we do catch it. Let's see. What beautiful detail that is. Stoned to death. No bueno. Okay, also General is gonna win versus a Tribal, I would assume. Now we're seeing a rear charge with the attrition. Look at that. That's the power of the rear charge. So that unit has 46 men left. He gets charged by a very depleted Thracian cavalry, and that's going to be enough to rot it. I believe Bobby had an opportunity to make that happen just there, and see how late those units are getting freed up. So this was game one. It seems to be going into the favor of Tylus, and the balance of power agrees with me. We will see some units getting to the slingers, but that's going to be too little too late. That cavalry unit is done for. Wow. Good shots on the tribal warriors from those slingers, but he also exposes the side of his own Oathsworn, so it's not going to be good at all. Pelted to death. Yeah, that's going to be a GG. Well played to Aserer. We have 2 more games to go, so this was a very close best of 3. We will see if Bobby is able to adjust to that battle right after. He has to, because in a best of 3, if you lose twice, well, you're done for, right? Sorry about that. So Bobby's gonna have to adjust to that. I think The fact he had less unit than Tylus really hurts him in that one. I could understand going for less unit when you're playing a very strong faction like Boyai, but I still feel when you're facing a good player, you kind of need that 20 units, in my humble opinion. I've heard a lot of people say, no, 18 units fine, 19 units fine, especially when using Boyai Tylus. Um, I know I speak for myself when I say I wouldn't feel comfortable at all with that. I'm so happy I just got that new laptop. I love the graphics. All right, gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed that one. Let's go over the army real fast. Okay, so the mid-tier sword of Aserer, two of them getting over 100 kill, one of it going over 150, one of them getting absolutely shredded, that other tribal not so much, but 72, I mean, is still better than 28. And I mean, I'll take it. Very often, it's normal to have units that underperform. 72 kill is a decent number. Those Spear Warriors, which are going to be the meat shield of Aserer, did great. If we jump over and compare to what the Levy Freeman achieved, obviously one wouldn't expect the Levy Freeman to achieve as much as a Spear Warrior, but the point is that's a meat shield unit that did gather kill. That means they melted the Levy Freeman, and therefore they were able to then be sacrificed against the Sword Follower and then reinforced by the Tribal Warriors. They also did a lot of damage to cavalry. We've seen those jab volley, they were absolutely nasty. And to prove my point, let's look at the Sword Follower. All of them underperforming. This one has two chevron, probably started with one and killed quite a few of Orthorn, which would make sense because one of them didn't get a lot of kill. Um, but yeah, the fact that the Mitchell was won by Aserer is clutch, as you can see by the performance of the mid tier. Although what that did is it allowed the Orthorn to get more kill. Because they started reinforcing their own Swords follower who already did damage, and then bam, Orthorn. The Celtic Slingers from Azeroth did much better than the Celtic Slingers from Bobby. It just had better angles. It was focusing at cavalry, and it's interesting because the Celtic Slingers of Bobby did last until late game, but still better kills on Azeroth. Beautiful job with his raiding horsemen and Thracian cavalry. That right there is clutch amount of kill. Beautiful job with his noble horse keeping it for late game. That was a GG. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Asura, for playing. Asura is a great player. Bobby is doing very well in this patch, from my understanding. So it was truly a pleasure to witness their battle, and we still got some more to go with these two guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And this is Solon Victus signing off. Bye bye.